I want to let you guys know that I got into limp mode is as soon as I pull in the Kenny's parking lot. Gotta love it. I will be addressing this problem this week. Oh, Kenny's got the hook. Kenny, what are these?
Those are Grand Sport stripes. That's how you know this is a race car.
Yeah, cool. I'm about it.
We're leaving them on there.
So what's Derek about the tune?
I don't know. It looks like it might be...
Derek, do you even know anything about that car that you're tuning right now?
I do not. I didn't know it was a Miata until right now. So we'll see what happens.
The last thing we need to actually like drive this car, like make it like drivable, is we have to hook up the power steering and the banjo bolt for the pump. It's like the weirdest size ever, and we literally took a week to find crush washers for this damn thing.
Yeah, we might not actually have the right ones,
yeah.
But we're gonna use the ones we have.
Those don't look terrible.
I know.
Those aren't the worst looking things I've seen.
With the look of the rest of the car, I think they're fine, honestly.
Those are pretty bad.
I didn't see those.
That makes you look like a Japanese communist.
What is this?
Those are the same exact stripes.
Alright, so we got another turbo Miata. This thing's pretty cool. It's a 1.8 liter versus the 1.6 liter RJ's full CX Racing turbo kit. Has a tile wastegate on it. I think it's the CX turbo. I can't really tell, but it's very, very similar to RJ setup. But the only difference is this is the 1.8 liter versus RJ's 1.6. So I'm very excited to see how this performs versus RJ's 1.6. Same injectors, everything. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So we're gonna have you guys guess, what do you think it's gonna make on its first pull? Knowing it's on wastegate pressure, so it's probably gonna make like 7 PSI.
First clean pull, not the first pull, because Derek likes to do half pulls in the beginning.
Put it in the comments below, what do you think the first clean pull is gonna make? And then we're gonna have you guess what the final pull is gonna be. I'm gonna say 168 horsepower.
I'm gonna go with 170.
170?
170.
Okay, let me know what you guys think below.
I don't know what it's gonna hit for boost.
Okay, Derek. You're a little late on that. No, yeah, because there was no communication there, buddy. Was that a pull?
What is that?
132.
It doesn't count. That doesn't count as a clean pull.
I think yeah, I don't know.
Comes to find out, it was on a 5-pound wastegate spring, so it made 5 pounds of boost and only made like 135 horsepower. We don't know why. So we're gonna put a 14-pound spring in it and see what happens. 14's gonna get us
Hopefully a lot more.
Well, you had a very disappointing first quarter, so you're gonna need to make it up in this one.
Oh, now we gotta guess our 14 PSI number.
200.
200? Guess right now, hurry up before it doesn't pull. I'm gonna say, I know, following the trend that it did last time, I'd say 200, but if it actually does a clean hit, it should make like 230.
Yeah.
See what happens.
How do we do?
144.
144.
Huh. Alright, so it didn't make 14 PSI. That's, you know, a huge factor. Also, we found out that it has a head gasket spacer, which does lower the compression a little bit. It's just a very common thing you do on NA to T conversions. Apparently there wasn't much timing in it, at least in terms of what Miata's like. So Derek put 3 degrees of timing in it, which, you know, that's where you get your power from, and we're gonna see how much it picks up. But it should make like 170 horsepower. So we'll see how much it picks up from timing. Hopefully big. All right, so we've been trying to figure out why it's not making as much power as it should be, and we checked timing. Timing's fine on the cams and everything, but Derek noticed something. I don't know how none of us noticed. You want to show them?
Yeah, let me demonstrate. Okay, so we have a running 1.8, right? It's running, and we have a turbo that is not cutting my finger off.
It should cut his finger off like a blender.
Yeah, it should. I should be missing like this entire finger right now.
So, either the turbo smoked or the wastegate's completely open.
And I'm gonna say it's probably the turbo.
Damn. And before you know it, Brian's car is on the dyno for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. We were bored, so we decided let's get a number.
Brian's been dying to know what this car makes.
I'm just curious.
We're not tuning it, unfortunately. We have been entertaining the idea of getting like one of those really cheap eBay tuners and seeing if it like actually works. I know mad people have done it before, but it'd be pretty fun. I don't know. What do you think, B?
If you're an eBay tuner for an M52 TU, hit us up.
What do you think it's gonna make? I think like what, 200?
No, I don't think it's gonna make 200. At the wheels?
We can make it make 200.
No, I don't want to do that either. I'd be surprised if it made 170.
All right. Well, I guess today is a dyno day, so we'll see what happens. 2,000.
2,000, 328,
100 and something.
132,000.
When's the last time you did an oil change?
128.
Oh, and you have a sick cold air
So-
intake.
Yeah.
So this should give you 300 horsepower, man.
I mean, it's at
On
least.
top of the already one something.
Got hot chocolate and Brian's got snow tires on his car, so let's just see what happens.
It's fine. It's not gonna. It makes 160 horsepower. 168.
This thing's gonna fall off the dyno. How fast you go?
I was doing 145 miles an hour. I hit speed limiter. It won't do it. What is it?
170.
170. I never hit rev limiter. That's pretty good. 165. I was closest.
Like this.
Not bad.
This is
What do you get
like the
for
most
torque?
flat torque curve on the planet.
Yeah, it's done.
200.
200.
So, see Vanos right here.
Boom. Oh yeah, there's nice. This car feels way faster than a buck 70.
It doesn't. The engine doesn't feel like it's faster than that. I think the chassis feels faster than that.
That is a fact and a half.
Yeah.
You guys remember this thing? Yeah, from yesterday's video. You know what's going on. B?
What's up?
Nice forehead.
Can you see anything?
Yeah, it's pretty dark in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let the camera. I mean, you could tell. We'll get the engine bay. You can't see shit in here. But there is still so much we need to do to this damn engine bay that we really don't need much of an order right now. We just gotta start doing stuff. So, as you can tell, it is a clusterfuck. There is so many things that are mangled together, so many wires that are useless, so many hoses that are useless, and it's filthy. Drew is plenty happy with just a clean refresh. You know, clean up the bay, make things look nice. Drew doesn't care for a whole entire like front end rebuild, you know? I mean, it's still a very good platform. It's not gonna look bad, you know? This way we're just gonna have to kind of work around things and we're gonna make it pretty. So I'm so eager to get this whole like intake set up together. So Drew got this crazy ISR intake and it's gorgeous. It really makes the whole engine bay pop. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot to it. There's probably instructions somewhere, but I'm not gonna read them because that's what guys end up doing. So, I mean, if you look at the stock intake, it is a rat nest of so many things, and we have to basically make all those OEM functions that operate with that onto this. So, weird thing is there's like coolant ports right next to the intake ports. So intake, coolant, intake, coolant. So actually holes in the intake for this right here that we actually have to put these coolant lines into. It's nuts. Alright, there they are. Now I'm just gonna throw the throttle body on so it looks like I actually did something. This thing looks even bigger. God damn. We still have all this stuff to still throw on here. So I'm assuming this might be for an IM3. So here's the bracket for the throttle cable, which we're just gonna throw right here. And Bri already got it off. Nice. Nice and simple right here. And somehow found these weird coolant lines. Nice. That came with the kit, right? Oh, and then it's definitely got to go to this weird splitter that it also comes with. Man, RBs have the weirdest cooling system.
Yeah, it sucks.
So we had the coolant line snaked in between, and it actually looks pretty good. I'm not mad about that. For having to have coolant ports go through the intake, it doesn't look that bad. Yeah. The last thing we gotta do is put the injectors in, and this comes with a nice top feed rail. And I think we could use the stock injectors. I don't see why not. They're just generic top feeds. Let's dissect them from this ugly bitch. Yank that. Nice. How's the seals? Because we're definitely reusing them.
Pretty janky looking. And half of them are in there.
So the injectors off of the RB20, as you can see, have like this crazy big end on them. And this is like an old style top feed injector, and it just doesn't fit. Because if you look, there's nowhere for this to actually seat because this hole isn't even big enough. But if you look at a generic modern top feed injector, they literally all look the same. I had one from an R35 GTR in my bay, and this is what it looks like. I mean, you can get an RX-8 injector, 350Z injector, you can get aftermarket injectors, top feeds. They basically all look like this. If you watch this, see, it's nice and snug right there. Looks like, unfortunately, Drew has to get new injectors, which means we might actually have to get Drew some management for his car to tune it. I don't know if we could find injectors the similar size as the stock RB21s, but then the injector dead time and stuff like that might actually be different. So what's good about this car is it is set up for top feed injectors, which finding top feed injectors is way cheaper and easier than finding side feed injectors, honestly. So all these cool lines go up to the front right here, and it comes with this crazy mechanism that brings them all down to one, which I'm assuming is going to is the lower radiator hose, and that actually connects to the upper radiator hose. That's the upper radiator.
Yeah,
hose.
that's what I'm saying. Find the upper radiator.
And I also forgot, I actually have to switch over the TPS sensor on this throttle body. And let's just get a quick comparison of the stock throttle body, if I can get some damn light into it, versus the new one. Thing's massive. Actually, it looks kind of cool. This is definitely a really smart way to delete all that weird shit. I can't imagine someone doing it more efficiently than this.
Beautiful.
Nice job, ISR. Impressed.
All right.
This thing looks pretty official. I think we're almost done.
It's a nice bit of kit for sure. I like it a lot.
So we have the fuel setup, coolant setup, TPS throttle body vacuum lines, and the II and the idle air control valve. So I think as far as intake goes, this is it. The last thing we really have to figure out before we put it back on, besides all the gross engine bay stuff, is the hoses that run underneath it, which is basically just the heater hose lines. So when it comes to the heater hose lines, so theoretically your whole coolant system is connected. It should technically be the same temperature all the way around. Coming out will be hotter than coming in, but as a system it's the same temperature, so it doesn't really matter where you get the heater hose lines from as long as you're not taking it away from somewhere else. And so we're able to find a line, stupid light, right here that's cut and exposed. We can now run that back to the heater hose, and we found one right here in the block that we could also use. So we have the heater hose lines on lock. We're straight, we just need the hose for that. And then we found a coolant line right here that we could just run back for the turbo, and we should be all good to go. So I think that determines it. Honestly, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. I actually have to head home, but I'm happy we got the intake all figured out, fully together, and I know Drew's gonna be happy. So now it's gonna be really easy to throw it all back together because we finally got a grasp of what's going on. So
on this thing, we're waiting on a couple small parts, some fittings, injectors, different things like that, and you guys will see it come together pretty quick as soon as we have everything.
Exactly. That's the waiting game right now. So and also let us know what color you think we should paint the valve covers, because it clearly needs it. And I'm always for the wrinkle black, but I think it deserves something cooler.
We do appreciate your suggestion, guys, so let us know definitely down in the comments, and maybe Jim will even like some of them.
You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. And Brian,
Have an amazing night!